In this video, we're going to look at how you would calculate someone's income after deductions have been made. We'll take a look at our example here and we'll explain all the terms as we go through. So, Frank is married and earns €46,800 last year. The standard rate cutoff point for a married person was $35,300. The standard rate of income tax was 21% and the higher rate was 42%. Frank has tax credits of $3,600. Let's just unpack all of that before we go any further. So this $46,800 is Frank's gross income. And the next bit we've got is his standard rate cutoff point for a married person is $35,300. The standard rate cutoff point is the amount of money that you can earn up to before you are charged any higher rate of tax. So what will happen in this particular case is Frank is going to be charged 21% on the 35,300, and every euro he earns above that, up to his gross income, is going to be charged at 42%. And then the tax credits is an amount of tax that he doesn't have to pay. So once we've calculated his standard rate and his higher rate of tax, we're going to take away the tax credits from them to calculate how much tax he has to pay. And that's what we're asked to do in the first part of the question, which says calculate the tax paid by Frank on his income. So let's go through that. For his lower rate, it's going to be 21% of 35,300, which is going to be 0.21 multiplied by 35,300. And if we calculate that out, we will get 7,413. And for the higher rate of tax, it's going to be 42% of, and then the way we calculate the amount that this is based on is we take the standard rate cutoff amount away from his gross income. So it's going to be 46,800 minus 35,300, which means this sum becomes 0.42 multiplied by 11,500. And that is going to be equal to 4,830. Which means that his gross tax, which is the tax before we take away the tax credits, is going to be 7,413 plus 4,830, which is 12,243. And then from that we're going to take away the tax credits, which is 3,600. And we're going to get 8,643. And that is the amount of tax that Frank has to pay on his income. Now we'll look at part 2. Part 2 details a lot more deductions that are going to be made from Frank's gross income. So we'll go through these bit by bit. So Frank has to pay a 3% income levy on his gross income. He has to pay USC of 2% on the first €12,500 of his salary and 4% on any income above €12,500. He has a monthly health insurance payment of €90, a monthly pension contribution of €280, and a weekly trade union subscription of €8. So we have to calculate Frank's annual net income after all deductions have been made. So we'll go through these bit by bit. The first one is the income levy. So the levy is 3% of, and it's of his gross income, so of the 46,800. And that means that's going to be 0.03 multiplied by 46,800, which is equal to 1,404. So that is his levy deduction. The USC is going to be a little bit more complicated, so we will calculate that up here where we have a bit more space. It's 2% of the first 12,500. Well, that's nice and easy to calculate. It's 2% of 12,500, which means it's going to be 0.02 multiplied by 12,500. And when we do that out, we get 250. And then after that, it's 4% on any income above. So it's going to be 4% of, and this time it's income above 12,500 up to the amount that he earns. So 46,800 minus 12,500, which means it's going to be 0.04 multiplied by 34,300. And that is going to come to 1,372. So that means that his total USC is what we get when we add the 250 and the 1372, and that's going to be 1622, so 1,622. That's the next deduction we have. After that, he's got a monthly health insurance payment of €90. So we've got insurance, and that's going to be 90 times 12, because we're looking for his annual net income, so this is over the entire year. So each month he's got to pay that €90, and 90 times 12 is 1,080. And then he's got a monthly pension contribution of €280. So we've got a pension, and that's going to be 280 times 12, and that comes to 3,360. And then after that, he's got his union dues. So pays the union €8 per week. So that's going to be 8 times 52, because there are 52 weeks in a year. And 8 times 52 is 416. So if we take all of his deductions, his tax, the levy, the insurance, the pension, the total USC, and the union, and we add them all up, our total deductions come to 16,525. And the way that we work out his net income is we take the deductions away from the gross. So it's going to be 46,800 minus 16,525. And that's going to come to 30,275, like that.